Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. A bit of an all-round Manchester United chat today. We want to have your opinions in the chat, so have your say, because we will discuss some of your comments throughout today's video. Before we do start, though, we're not hotel football, we're in the garden, and I must make it clear, after last week's video, I was getting absolutely panned in the comment section for bullying you, for taking you outside in this cold weather, but it was your decision today.
No, that's not entirely true. It's a joint decision.
No.
He's trying to stick it on my toes.
No,
it was a joint decision. We decided to be outside today because it's nice and fresh.
Yeah, nice and fresh. But yeah, I hope you've all had a good weekend as well, and hopefully a lot of you out there have listened to the full interview Ruben Amorim give on Friday night. We've got a couple of little snippets here to get through in today's video, so like I said at the start, have your say so we can get involved and discuss your comments. And don't forget to smash that like button as well. It was much appreciated, all the likes and all the interaction we got last week, so let's try and build on that momentum and keep it going. Now, I've got to go straight on to the first one, and this was about the younger players as well and the standards and responsibilities here at Manchester United. And he said, I don't want to say that we need time because we are a young team. They are prepared. They are prepared to cope with the demands of playing for Manchester United. They should be, because they are here.
Expectations there. I don't want to say, but he did say, and the expectations are there that they're ready to go. I think it's a huge challenge for these young players because he's targeting them. He wants to bring young players into the squad over time. I think we'll see quite a few changes, but the challenge is for the young players what are already in the squad. They've got to raise the game, and he's going to need a lot of luck with this squad. Soft, light touch. He was saying that he was going to apply to this squad. I think he'll need a firm hand, to be honest with you.
He will need a firm hand. He's brought his coaching staff. I think there's just one who's waiting on a visa to complete the backroom staff that he's brought in. And like we was just saying there about responsibilities, and anyone who joined us last week on Friday, and we was discussing about the younger players, that it might need time for him to mature and especially adapt to the way Ruben Amorim wants to play, just like the rest of the squad. And just to refresh your mind, or if you've not seen it, here's a little snippet of what my dad Tony O'Neill said last week. Let me know if you agree. To win us games and also perform week in, week out. And it is going to take time for them, you know, at their ages to mature as well.
No, listen, I'm having none of it, so I'm going to go in hard on this, and I think he's right. Responsibility. They know the responsibility. The very moment they walk into this club, they know the responsibility and the weight and what this club means to everybody round the world. They should have a proper education the first day they walk in. They know what to do. And some people, and certainly some younger players, right, seem to have a little bit of chip on the shoulder and a little bit of arrogance and not understanding, and have forgot what it was they were told the first day in here. So, responsibility. I think there's quite a few people in there what have forgot what the responsibilities is playing for Manchester United.
Direct, straight to the point, as usual, on the Webby and O'Neill channel. Responsibilities, and every player should know when they walk through that door about the education that they have of what it means to play for Manchester United. And it was similar to what Ruben Amorim said as well in his interview. Maybe a little bit more diplomatic.
Yeah.
But as you know, we're straight to the point on it.
Yeah, bit diplomatic from Ruben, from what I say. But, you know, he knows he's a challenge here, and he's telling the players, and the time is up. We've had 10 years, maybe more, of players just waltzing through this club, players coming through the junior ranks, getting into the first team squad and fading away. It's not been good enough. The challenge is on. He's challenging the young players. The expectations of fans is massive, but this won't turn around straight away. It's a big, big challenge. It is not a quick fix, but he's telling everybody at the club, raise your standards, improve, and I'm going to get 100% out of you. And if you're not giving me 100%, then you're no good to me. You'll be out.
He does encourage all the fans to expect more, though, from the squad. In what I actually seen from the interview, what I felt from it.
Yeah, listen, he's encouraging the fans. He says, I'm going to change things, but at the moment, I'm just going to give it a light touch. Yes, there will be changes, and we'll be able to see. He wants an identity. He'll get that identity, but he knows he won't get it straight away. He's just talking the club up. He's talking the players up, and that's what you want to hear from the manager. He's just putting a good feel out there, and quite right.
Yeah, just diving into the chat. Tony says, I'm loving what Ruben is saying. The future is very optimistic, totally opposite to Erik ten Hag. you get a different feeling? We have discussed it a few times recently about Erik ten Hag, Ruben Amorim when they first walked through the door.
Listen, you get a good feeling about Ruben Amorim. He's talking it up right. He's doing the right things. Everything about him looks good, looks class, to be honest with you. And when you talk about Erik ten Hag, he wasn't talking the club up. Listen, he was getting battered. Absolutely battered. He was fighting for survival. A lot of things he'd lost the plot on, and I understand that. He was just out there battling, and that press, he was just fobbing him off, and he was just going back at him, and that's what it ended. Bit of a farce, to be honest with you, when you realise what Manchester United is and what it is to us all. But he's got the feel of it, Ruben Amorim, and he's trying to get the young players and everyone on board by giving that feel, as if to say, I'm going to change this. We expect to win things. We expect to go far, and I expect players to turn around and improve. And he's brought a big team with him, and that large team with him will be working with these young players, and will send them up into the first team squad. But that won't happen straight away. I don't think Ruben Amorim is that daft, right, to think he's going to turn it round straight away and send some of these young players into the first team squad, because there will be senior players who come out of that squad because they won't be up for the challenge. We know that. We know some of the players out there, and he'll soon find out who's up for it and who's not.
Yeah, he's definitely challenging the younger players on the standards of representing Manchester United, and he's sort of like dismissing the idea of these younger players with the inexperience as though that would be an excuse. But we've also got to look at the older players as well. You know, we've discussed it a lot, and a lot of people out there, it's been the younger players carrying this team for a long time now. So these older players, the experienced ones, they need to stand up as well. Yeah,
they've got to stand up really quick, or they'll be out. Listen,
there's no excuses there.
No, listen, there's no excuses anywhere. And Amorim is right. These younger players, what are coming through, they know the standards at Man United. They know what they've got to achieve. So if they're brought in, then Ruben Amorim thinks they've got what it takes to be in that squad, and they have to rise to the challenge. It is massive. I would say a massive 3 months here. There'll be a big turnover. There'll be a big turnaround of players, and we will see some players throw the dummy out.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah. Without
in a short space of time?
Oh, yeah.
Do you not think some of these players, especially...
He's not messing about here. He's not messing about.
Do you think there's actually players in this current squad who are like 50-50 on whether they really want to play for Manchester United? Do you think it's that bad in what's going on behind the scenes? I don't think it is.
No.
I wouldn't look at any players and think, really, they don't want to be here at Manchester United. It's just a matter of whether they're good enough or not, and whether they think in their own brains, am I good enough to play for Manchester United?
I think that there's some players there what think the careers are over at Manchester United, and they're just hanging on and staying in for the money.
Yeah,
that's what happens with a few players. They know they're not good enough. They know they're not able to take Manchester United to a challenging position, and they know that this squad is going to turn round. So they'll just be putting in the effort. If they get the chance, I'm sure they won't let themselves down. I think Ruben Amorim will force it into him to give 100%. So when given the chance, these players know that their careers are coming to an end at Manchester United, will put in that effort, and it's down to the fans to back him. I mean, I did turn round the other day and say, look, this is a new chapter. Whatever you think about players, listen, this is a new chapter. You've got to back your players. And when we see him not performing now, we don't have to really go mad, because Ruben Amorim will turn round and he'll just get him out of the squad. That's how I see how ruthless he is.
Yeah, he's only going to have, really, a couple of days maybe? I know he can take charge of training from today with the visa being cleared, etc., for some of his backroom staff, apart from one of him. But he's only going to have a couple of days by the time these players return from international duty, the full squad, in getting them prepared and getting an idea into him of how he wants to play against Ipswich on Sunday.
Yeah, he's only got a few days, and to be honest with you, this week can't pass quick enough for me. I'm really... I am.
I didn't know if you're going to say nervous, excited.
No, I am excited.
Yeah,
I am excited.
You see a big smile across your face.
It is, because I want the weekend to be here now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just spent a weekend running around, talking to a few people, giving them a piece of my mind, and I want this week to pass, and I think it will pass, because I think everyone's excited. Ruben Amorim, will have a light touch, like he says, and that light touch will turn into an iron fist. I do believe it will turn into an iron fist after a few games, because there is no excuses. They know the challenge, these players, as soon as they walk in the club. I said it.
Yeah.
You know, I said it last week. They know the challenge, and a lot of them have let themselves down. And these young players, you have to look at it, the plan, what the plan is. Ineos came in, put the people in place, and the plan was given to Ruben Amorim. He likes the plan, and that plan, the suits, everybody is all involved, and they all agree it's all about developing the players what are in the squad now, and also bringing youngsters through and working with them. The budget, it's a modest budget. I can't really see us buying big players, so that's why Ruben Amorim's here. The plan is there, and it's clear for everyone to see. Let's just hope it succeeds.
Can you tell us about anyone you give a piece of your mind to over the weekend? Actually makes a change. It wasn't me, to be fair, so I'm interested.
No.
You're not saying camera?
I done me visit to HMP prison in down south, and I give a few people piece of my mind. Yeah. I was doing my bit Sunday afternoon down there. So salute all the United fans in uniform, and all those who are out of uniform. It was a good day. I won't mention the prison.
Yeah, that makes a change you on the visit, to be fair. But diving into the chat, Chris Lee, it's going to take time, lads. There is a lot of work to do. We need to get behind Ruben. And I get a feeling of that online, the match-going fans who we speak to as well, that everyone is behind this, because it's not the fear, but it's like the unknown of what's to come, because you can see there's going to be changes of what we're going to see on the football pitch, of what we've been used to in the previous years, not just under Eric Ten Hag, but go back to Ollie and Jose Mourinho as well.
It really, what it is, it's where Ruben Amorim's coming from. He's a young coach. Yeah. He's brought his full team with him. It's how he speaks, what he talks about, having fun, everything else. It's a complete and utter change from what we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson gone. We've had dictators here, to be honest with you. People who have managed the club, who have not been able to manage players. Ruben Amorim, he seems to fit the bill, and is able to do that. He's shown that over there in Sporting. So let's hope he can do that here. But it's a different ball game here. These are overpaid Hollywood stars. That's who they think they are, some of them. And they've got an attitude.
To be honest with you, you're just saying that. I seen something over the weekend. Now, don't get me wrong on here, I'm not a cheerleader for Marcus Rashford FC. I don't think you are, and some of you's out there. But I didn't like the negative press he was getting for his time off, actually enjoying himself, being over in America. I think he was watching a basketball game, and he was getting an absolute slating for doing that. And I just thought it was absolutely bang out of order. Yeah,
I seen bits of it. It wasn't just the press. It was like United fans going at it on social media all over the place. And I think it's unfair. International break. Everyone's allowed to have a break. He's over there. Listen, I am not the biggest Marcus Rashford fan, as you know, but everyone's got a clean slate as far as I'm concerned. I said it last week. Everyone's got a clean slate, and they've got to prove themselves. And we'll clearly see early doors whether they want, whether they're up for the challenge, whether Marcus Rashford is up for the challenge. But for people to have a go at him, to be on an international break where he's took a break to New York. These people, they're allowed to go wherever they want. It's their break.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the constant battering of our players. Give it them, yeah. If they put in a poor performance, and if you feel as though they're not trying or not doing the best on the field, yeah, that's fair criticism. But to really go at people for spending their time the way they want to on a break absolutely baffles me. So, you know, some fans, some media will not give up.
Yeah, he can't win sometimes off the field, Rashford. You know, he puts in extra training, whether that's with the actual Manchester United coaches or individual away from the club, and it's all like, oh, PR and, you know, look at me sort of thing. He never gets any praise for doing them extra sessions, which some of the players don't actually do, but Marcus Rashford is. It's just that we're not seeing the benefits of that on the pitch at the moment. But let's hope Ruben Amorim, when he does come in and he meets Marcus Rashford this week, gets him playing football and gets him back to where we did see him, where he produced them 30 goals. We need to see all of that from all the players, and the motivation that he's brought into the club amongst fans, that should really be mirroring with the players who he's got, though, as well.
Yeah, well, look, I look at, and I've had conversations with people about Marcus Rashford and other players doing coaching and training when other players have gone on holiday and all that. And some people have said to me, and I've had a discussion about it, where it says he's making a statement that the training and everything isn't good enough at Manchester United. I've got to do extra training. So when people talk about PR machine and all that, you don't really know that there's a statement being said by Marcus Rashford. I'm not happy because it's not good enough at Manchester United. And to be honest with you, he might be right, but only time will tell on that, because he's the one who's now got Ruben Amorim and all the coaches, and so he's got everything. So let's hope he turns it round. And if he does turn it round, then the point he's making by having to do extra training, he might just be right, but only time will tell.
Fred Grantham doing my job, my mate. Much appreciated. It says, keep the likes up, guys. Help the channel out. Much appreciated everyone there who smashes that like button. Help supports the channel and today's video. Sim says, I can't read that one out. Asker Fit says it's because he's dressed as a... Yeah, but mate, whether a guy wants to dress in his own personality and the way he wants to dress, you know, that sort of comment, it's not really on, is it? You know, he might look at you and think the exact same thing. Do you know what I mean? Just having a go at someone because of the way they dress, I think it's poor standard, to be honest with you, especially when it's one of your own players. But, you know, that's your own opinion. Shia says, are you going to do a score prediction for Ipswich? Not just yet.
No, not just yet. I want the week to get through. Yeah, you know, I'm excited, but not that excited.
Yeah. YouTube says, Brassic out there this morning, it's 2 degrees Celsius. I think it might be a little bit less out here at the moment, I've got to admit. I can't feel my hands holding the stick, and my mouth is starting to seize up a little bit, as you might be able to tell as I'm getting my words out.
I'm fine.
You all right, yeah?
Fine.
Yeah, someone actually did buy you a hat last week. Did you go out and buy one? I'm sure you did.
Don't need a hat.
You don't need a hat right now?
No.
Yeah. Anything more to add, though?
No, I'm just looking at the players and that, you know, when I go back to the expectations of fans, a quick fix and all that. Ruben Amorim's only going to have a modest budget here. Absolutely nothing like what Erik ten Hag's had. So when people are expecting United to go out there and buy like a centre forward, obviously, you know, they're looking at the Sporting Lisbon player, the centre forward there, and other players and a left back and all that. He's only going to have a modest budget, and I can't see anything being done. That's why the challenge is on. And I think when you read out Ruben Amorim there before, he's telling everybody, you've got to hit the ground running here. Because I need you, but I'm only going to give it a slight touch, so there's no excuses. I think that's what he was saying. I'm just going to make slight touches to what's been going on. So in other words, it's all on you players. I'm just going to make sure that you give 100%, and that's all we really want. So the expectations of fans of a quick fix, not going to happen. Ruben Amorim, the challenges with young players, I go with that completely. And what we need is a new identity. And Ruben Amorim, to me and to many of you out there, is the man.
Yeah, it's clear as well from that interview his desire to see the club return back to the top of the Premier League, and he's also noticed that the last time we actually won the Premier League, which was many years ago, so it's a huge challenge for him. Not just him though, the people behind the scenes as well inside the football club, the players as well, but the people behind the scenes, more importantly, to get the decisions right.
Yeah, the decision's right, and he's got to get the decisions right, and he hasn't got to be hanging around with players hoping that they turn around. I don't think he will. I think once he identifies a player isn't good enough, I think he'll be moved quickly out of the squad, someone else brought through. I think he's going to be ruthless, and he has to be ruthless because by the time the summer comes, right, we need everything in place for the start of the new season. He has to have everything in place. He can't be soft. He has to be ruthless.
Ansel says, I'm just going to get it back up. It's just literally gone off my screen, but there it is. People need to wake up. Just because a players from our club doesn't give us the right to comment on their personal lives. On the pitch is fine. Anything else, shut up and mind your own business. I've kind of said it in similar words myself. That's their private life, innit? As long as it doesn't affect of what we're watching week in, week out.
But
they can do whatever they want from me. I don't care.
Listen, you know, that's fair enough. But a lot of people will come back and talk about his private life where he went out drinking and that, but he stepped over the board there, and that's why, you know, sometimes you can turn around and say that's bang out of order, because what he did in Dublin, going out and not turning up for training, no matter what. I remember Roy Keane saying, no matter what condition you was in, you always turned up for training. He didn't. He disrespected every United fan. So there's certain times when you can go at players when they deserve it, when they're not respecting the club. And that time in Dublin, quite rightly, he got it. But the problem is, when he went to Dublin, Marcus Rashford, it left a lot of questions. Was this the first time? Is he still doing it? But, you know, we'll find out in time, won't we?
Yeah, just going to dive back into the chat. Thin Horse says, if you play for the biggest club in the world, you have to conduct yourself on and off the pitch to the highest standards, and it's as simple as that. I do get what you're saying as well.
Yeah, but you've got to look.
Got all that money, you young kids. I mean, you're in a bubble there. You know, what they're doing, going to training in the morning, the afternoon, then just going home, sitting there.
No,
I mean, with your hands underneath your backside. I mean, that'd be a test in itself, wouldn't it?
No, a lot of these young players have got the family around them. That's a good thing. Some haven't got all the family, but they know what it is to. I've said it before. Ruben Amorim said it. They know what it is to play for Manchester United, and they can't let the standards slip. And that's the good thing about the whole team. What Ruben's brought over with him, standards aren't going to slip, and you have to go back to the suits in charge now. What are all there? They're not going to let the standards slip. That's what we're being told. They're there now to police everything what's going on, run this club efficiently, and make sure that these players do everything for Manchester United, humanly possible, as they say, and they're going to be in charge. A big stick is going on all these players to remind them who Manchester United are, and it's the biggest club in the world, so respect it. And I do think things will change.
Yeah, Gehan, hopefully I've got that right, my mate, says the players are not as bad as our league position suggests.
Maybe I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What I do like about our team, I think we're actually improving at the back. I do. I think there's a bit of a connect there, better than last year. And I look at Mazraoui. I think he's been an inspiration this year for Manchester United. And I've said it before. Consistent. Yeah, he's Mr. Consistent. I think he's been our best player all season, to be honest with you. And I think that's going to get better. And you've got to remember as well, there's players who are out injured. We've got 2 left backs. We've got a centre half out injured, and they're due back. So good things, good times ahead, as far as I'm concerned.
Chris Lee, smash a like for the lads. These lads are freezing their nads off. Totally right there, my mate. Absolutely freezing. My mouth's actually seizing up at the minute, so I'm just going to end it there. I'd just like to thank you all for joining us today, getting involved in the chat. It's much appreciated. If you can smash a like on the video, it will help today's video and support the channel, so it'd be much appreciated.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow with another live video, hopefully from Hotel Football this time. You take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.